Well, hello there, and welcome back to the Hyperdoof YouTube channel for film and TV, where today I'll be going over my review for WandaVision episode 6. This was a juicy episode, so today I will be doing the review, but tomorrow I will have a breakdown of every little hidden detail that there is in the episode, that may link to future MCU films, future episodes of WandaVision, and also linking over to the comics, so that'll be good. Stay tuned for that one. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss that one. But without further ado, let's hop in. There is a spoiler warning, of course, because we'll be going over the entire episode today. But if you've not seen the episode, I'd advise you to go and watch it now, and then come back to this video once you've finished, so you can hear all the little theories that I've got about the future of WandaVision and the MCU. So let's hop into it. So the episode does start off where the last episode left, with Pietro coming back, but of course it just jumped a decade, so they can have the decade per episode, except from that first two episodes, so they can keep that rolling on, and then when we get into the final few episodes, it will just be still MCU time period, not different decades, as there have been announced. So it does start off at Halloween. That's the whole premise of this episode. So in Halloween, in this thing, there is Scarlet, WandaVision, Wanda, she is in her comic book outfit. There is originally portrayed as her, and there is a few jokes about that. And then Vision does come down in his original outfit, which is kind of good. But the episode is mainly narrated by Billy, who we do find out later in the episode does have Wanda's powers. So I think that's sort of just showing that he can see outside of this Hex WandaVision bubble, and he can see like really what's going on, as we will find out later in the episode with Vision. And yeah, it's just a nice little way of like having a little nod off, saying, hey, yeah, remember me from the comics? I'm here. So yeah, that's a nice way of doing that sort of thing. But there is also Pietro is still in this episode, but we don't get to see that much of him collaborating with other people inside of the Westview area. So he doesn't really like talk to anybody else except from Scarlet, Wanda, and a little bit of Vision, but not that much. And he talks a lot to the kids, which I'm not sure if that's just because he's like the friendly uncle, or because he wants to have the kids because they've got some powers. One of them has his powers. So yeah, later in the episode, it does turn out that Tommy does have the speed ability, just like Pietro does. There is also a few links in this episode about Pietro, how he's not really the Pietro in the MCU. He's actually the Fox Universe Pietro. But yeah, there is a few things like, oh, you don't remember this child? From the place that we used to grow up at. You're recalling that memory a bit different to me there, Pietro. But I will go into more detail about that in tomorrow's video. But it's just a little thing that they've been doing. So yeah, this episode was a weird one. But there was a few questions answered, but many more were asked. So when we go outside of Westview, we do actually get to see Jimmy Woo, Monica, and also Darcy. They are questioning Hayward's authority a bit. And for that, they get kicked out of like the whole SHIELD organisation that's working on it. But then a little thing comes up where Jimmy Woo turns into a badass and totally knocks out like 2 or 3 guards along with Monica, while Darcy just stands there. It's just a bit of fun. But yeah, they do eventually reveal that the capsule that does get entered into the Hex, it's been shown in some trailers. I feel like that'll be happening next episode, possibly. But that's all been arranged, and they was on the way to go and pick it up. But going back to the end of the episode, just quickly, we don't actually get to see if Monica and Jimmy Woo actually escape the hex expanding. So I wonder if they got pulled in. I don't think they did, but just a little thing to see there, because obviously Darcy did get put in because she was handcuffed to a car, which was quite rude, really. But yeah, that's the end of the episode where Wanda expands the hex because the Vision has left and now he's dying because he's not actually alive. But a key thing to note on that end thing is that we saw his like body flaking away, like the vibranium peeling off and everything, but the Mind Stone didn't, which makes me think that they've actually got a new Mind Stone from somewhere in the multiverse, because obviously they must be using the multiverse for this, because they're using a Pietro from somewhere else that remembers things differently. It's a multiverse. They are definitely dragging in all that sort of stuff and it'll be used in Spider-Man, it'll be used in the new Doctor Strange. I feel like this is going to be the whole premise of Phase 4, maybe even Phase 5, the whole multiverse, bringing people in, and then it'll lead on to the new Avengers thing. All that sort of jazz. But anyway, yeah, so then it does expand. She tries to save Vision, which I think she does, because when the hex expands, he goes in, and it looks like he's sort of like whole again, but he is still on the ground, so he's probably just knocked unconscious. But I feel like this point, because the episode did cut like quite short, it did like sort of like just end, sort of like Wanda saying, "I've had enough of this," because she did like sort of like mute every character out at the end just so she could expand it, because I don't think she can control all at once, which we do see in this episode when Vision's walking around and sees just characters standing still and some people glitching and that sort of thing. I don't think she can control everyone together now, because she's having to control these kids, because of Vision in the last episode saying, "Why is there no kids?" Well, you've got some now, but those people have to get muted. So, yeah, that's. I feel like that's why when Vision was walking around, he saw them people standing still, and then when he left to expand the hex, she had to actually mute out everybody who was a character. So you notice that the children don't get muted, because I feel like they're real. I actually 99% feel like they're real. So yeah, so we could be seeing them once WandaVision ends. They could be joining the Avengers, maybe the Young Avengers when they announce that, or just lingering in the background. But yeah, so it's good. It's good. She does do a side note here. She does do a little a poof to Pietro when he's getting a bit too on the edge there, talking about parents and that sort of stuff, and dead husbands. So I feel like he does know what's going on, because he does mention a few times that he doesn't really agree with what Wanda's doing, and I think he does know about it, because he does say that that he was like doing something. I think he got shot or something, and then he got called into this multiverse. So yeah, and then he does get poofed when he's talking about that by Wanda, in the same sort of fashion that she does to Monica, but not as powerful. So I feel like she does still want Pietro in. It's just at that moment she just wanted him out. So that's why he's still in the hex. But that's all I've got time for this episode of the Hyperdrive Film and TV YouTube channel. So that's my episode 6 review for WandaVision. So make sure you subscribe, put that notifications on, so you don't miss tomorrow's video where I'm going into a detailed breakdown of every little hidden detail. But thank you guys for watching. I've been Hyperdrive. Goodbye!